So good evening once again. Welcome to another You Matter chat show with myself, Scott Jones, and joining me, as always, is Andy Leake.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, Scott. How are you? That's for all our worldwide viewers. I've gone worldwide.
I love that. That's international Andy right there.
The avenue, welcome and hello.
I'm glad you know what those are.
Yeah, it's like that on the side of Del Boy's van. New York, Paris, London, kiddie.
Actually, I mean, that's the sort of thing that I'd imagine you being in, is a little three-wheeler with that on the side.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Yeah, there is actually a photo of me at a vintage fair once at RAF Cosford with a sheepskin coat and a flat cap, stood next to some fighter jet at Cosford going, anybody want to buy this? Have a look at this. I found this lying around. Yeah. Little thing. Yeah.
I imagine that Del Boy was probably like modelled on yourself. Am I right?
He was definitely. Yeah. Well, no, to be honest, I was never much of a wheeler and dealer. I hadn't got the guts to, or have a little feel, have a little buy, no obligation to buy. All these people, Scott, people everywhere.
Well, Ron, yeah, we've got John's joining us as always.
Evening,
good
John.
Evening, John. Ian, good evening, Ian. So for people that don't know of Ian, Ian does some great interviews with some sort of old TV stars. I say old, like I probably feels old to me, but not to most. And he's done a massive campaign to get Brookside back up and running. And he's like I think he's running some sort of reunion soon for him. And he's had a lot of the stars on there chatting to him about Brookside over the time. So if anyone's interested in those sort of interviews, add Ian, or I'm sure you can put some more details on.
Yeah, do that, Ian. Anybody, if you know me, I was in the Matrix. I was in Transporter. I've been in a few things. I was in Russ Abbott's Madhouse. A lot of that. Russ Abbott's Madhouse. There was a program. Right, cast reunion at Brookside. Just like loads of blokes with curly hair, wasn't it? Brookside, I think. I can't really remember Brookside. Hey, calm down.
So what you're trying to say is that I've got no chance of being in Brookside. So you're saying
no, you can't be in Brookside. I wonder if they've all still got curly hair and talk like that. Hey.
Right, Ian's the man to tell you that. I'm sure you'll.
Who was what was it? Look at Lisa Pitts popped in. Damon Grant. He was look at that, Damon Grant. I remember his name. I can't remember what he looked like. He was at Lisa Pitt's 18th birthday party. Made her day.
Brilliant. I don't know Damon Grant is, I'm going to be honest.
No, I remember his name. I think he was the one with he had thick hair that was flicked over to the one side a bit. He was like the Ute when he was he was a good looking geezer. I don't know about sexy Lisa because I do set a high benchmark, but he's
not easy, Andy.
Huh?
You're not easy, are you, mate?
No, mate, no. Yeah, but thanks anyway, Lisa. It's really kind of you for spotting. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got some pictures up now of Damon Grant. I wouldn't go for the sex either, if I'm honest, but it's not my type.
No, he was a lovable, scally lad, according to Ian, who's obviously a connoisseur of all things under the patio, Brookside.
Yes, yeah. I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that bit. I'm not that old.
I remember. Yeah, not sexy, Lisa. Not sexy. Ooh, good job. Your expectations went higher, Lisa. Dave would be wouldn't even have got to look in.
Lisa's on her own, I think, with this one.
Yeah.
Anyone want to back Lisa up with saying Damon Grant is sexy?
Damon Grant from Brookside. He wasn't in anything else. So Trevor Jordash, look at him flying about now. That's the only bit I remember as well. It was quite famous. It was like Brookside under the patio was the English version of JR being shot in the shower on Dallas.
I was just going to say, was that Dallas?
Yeah, that was the level of excitement it caused, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Ian is an absolute connoisseur of Brookside. There's nothing he doesn't know about it.
Okay. Wow.
He also has loads of clips up on his Facebook. So, if anyone wants to watch any old clips, any memories of, I'm sure. I mean, Ian, is it a group you've got, or do you want people to add you on Facebook? Do you want as many friends as you can get? I don't want to be responsible for Ian getting Absolutely loads of requests coming in overnight.
Inundated the people in shell suits.
But if that's the way to go forward. First ever lesbian kiss on TV, if I remember right, Ian. That's not me saying that was Lisa. I was just repeating it.
Yeah.
There we go. There's the proof.
Yeah, and it looks like Lou's backed her up as well.
Yeah. There we go. And John's with us.
Good evening, John.
Good evening, John.
Is working better for Mr. Reed tonight, I noticed as well. Happy days.
That's always good to hear. Yeah, getting plenty of comments in. So as always, we want to kind of hear about your stories as well. So anything that's happened to you in the week, if it was funny or just something you want to talk about, something you want to go off your chest, if something embarrassing happened, let us know.
Yeah.
I felt like something embarrassing happened to me last week, and I can't think what it is. I'm sure I remember soon.
I don't think I've had anything. I mean, this is the highlight of my week so far.
Hey,
Come on now.
I was trying to work out what it was. I was like, what's that?
One.
I was a highlighter.
It's my highlight of the week. Yeah, that's what I got there. A little bit of bants for you. A little bit of bants. My dog's going to be fidgeting around my legs. I know she is because she hasn't been walked tonight. But she'll be fidgeting around my legs. I know. I'm hoping she'll settle down while the show's on.
So actually, we do need to warn people that something might happen tonight that's probably not happened before on the show. You might fall asleep.
There's every possibility that I might fall asleep during the show tonight. Yeah, for 2 out of 3, the 2 weeks ago, it was a bit like that when I come back Friday, wasn't it? But yeah, tonight, very early start this morning. Very early start this morning to watch the. Well, yeah, I'll talk about it in a minute because I don't want to ruin me thing. I won't ruin me slot. But yeah, it's a good opportunity that I might just collapse.
So I should have waited that for a little bit, and we could have gone for a seamless link, couldn't we?
Yeah, it could have gone for a seamless segue, couldn't you?
One thing they've always said about me, and it's that I'm not seamless. So.
No. I think also. So here we go. Look, Mr. Paddock, your co-host over at the what's it called?
The No Format Podcast.
No Format Podcast comes in with a question. What's he saying, Scott? What's he saying?
Evening, kids. Would you rather have to throw biscuits at kids for an hour each morning until you get at least 10 headshots, or never be able to type anything ever again, so you have to use what was known as a pen for everything you wrote? I mean, a pen?
What?
Yeah. I don't know what that is.
Well, I'm going to go with the pen. To be honest, I'm going to go with the pen.
Well, so you don't want to type anything ever again.
The only downside, I suppose, actually thinking about it now, I've said that the repercussions of only using a pen would mean that you lose access to all. Well, yeah, to all knowledge, don't you?
That's true.
You know, because you can't type in on. So me, the pen, because I like writing, but I would then lose access to all this beautiful knowledge for me to write about.
Yeah.
Wow, that's what those questions are for, Matty. That's what those questions are for. It's not so straightforward, is it? It's got to be. Yeah, I like that. Oh,
see, for me, this one's an easy one for me. I'm not above throwing biscuits at kids, mate. I'm not for that.
Well, to be honest, would you be above? I'd have thought you'd have been the pen because you throwing biscuits away.
Oh, it's trying to say.
See, we've got to think of these things a bit differently. See, you could be throwing biscuits. Would you throw biscuits away? And I've thought about the pen thing. I'm all for the pen thing, but it takes away anything to write about in the modern world.
I mean, I didn't really think through the throwing away food bit. That's
deep in it. It's valid. It's valid. I think you've got to take consideration of these things.
But also, I'm not above eating biscuits off the floor either.
No,
I'm happy to pick them up after and eat them, as long as no one nicks them from me.
Yeah, that's very good. And the kids might. Tracy Cameron, good evening. Tracy, good evening. Craig Murphy. Yeah. Got to be chocolate biscuits for NMS. Ginger nuts, John Reed saying. Well, yeah, okay, so there's your question. What biscuits would it be? RWS is up for throwing biscuits. Obvs.
I mean, you can't be throwing bourbons.
No.
You're probably wasting the bourbon.
Yeah, no, I'm drawing the line at the bourbon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't be doing that. But I mean, rich tea. I know, like they're one of the popular ones. I'm not a fan of rich tea, and
Well,
they take away, don't they, in your
well,
tea.
like that, you know, what's with the rich tea Dunkin' biscuit that you have to bite before you can get it in the mug?
Yeah.
What's that all about? You know, why invite a biscuit? Why design a biscuit to dunk that you have to bite before you get it in the mug because it won't go in?
Just being cocky, isn't it? It's just a cocky biscuit.
It's just a cocky biscuit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like what Peter Kay says, that the hobnobs is the Marines of the biscuit, innit?
Yeah. Hit me again.
Again.
Hit me again.
Yeah. 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 Rich tea. Yeah. Why would you make a biscuit that's got a bite to get in?
Yeah. I mean,
chocolate ginger nuts. Is that a thing?
Is that a thing?
Is that a thing? I've never seen them.
So actually, talking of bourbons, I think it's bourbons anyway. I forget it's wrong, but Matty Paddock, who started all this conversation, actually taught me something about bourbons the other day. But now I'm thinking about it. I'm a bit worried. It's not bourbons. He might jump in and tell me that I'm wrong in a minute, but I think it was bourbons that are actually just penguins with chocolate over the top.
No, they're nice. No one is no format. They don't even look like penguins.
I mean, maybe I've got the wrong biscuit. But there was a biscuit, and it's actually what all the penguins is that biscuit with stuff tipped over the top of it.
It ain't a bourbon, is it? That's
someone might jump in and tell me what it is.
Correct this boy.
Still listening.
Matty Paddock, correct this boy or take away your fakes facts. That can't be right, can it? Did you know that a chocolate McVitie chocolate digestive, the chocolate is actually on the bottom of the biscuit?
No.
You do now. You do now.
There we go.
That's
a fact. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fact. Finger rich tea biscuits, pink wafers, are they a biscuit? There's another question. Questions within questions. Rich tea finger biscuits, good shape. That is, John Deakin. That's a good shape, but they go soft very, very quickly, don't they? You can almost just do a drive-by dunking with a finger biscuit. It's got to be just a swish through, a little bit like a sheep dip with a fingered biscuit. I don't feel that you can do a hold, chat. No, you have to almost watch very carefully, drive by with the much better if you've got your tea in the bath so that you can just, I do feel that that's, they're not a hold me dunker, are they really, John? But it's a good shape there with a finger rich tea biscuit, yeah. Pink wafers, are they a biscuit, RWS? For me, but they're not a cake, are they? So they've got to be a biscuit, because I don't know if is there an in-between? Scott's very busy. He's researching at the moment. He's on biscuitsrus.com trying to find his alleged penguin is a biscuit. Charlotte Paddock, I'm guessing related to Matty Paddock.
Married
to Matty Paddock. There we go. Good evening, Charlotte, and hello to you, having shaking hands there. NMS doesn't like it when it goes soft. Chocolate gingers, I didn't know they were a thing. John Reed, are Kit Kats real biscuits, and what about penguins? Kit Kats, while you're on, Scott, find out the name of the stuff that's in the layer of Kit Kat. There's a word for the stuff that makes Kit Kat.
Okay.
Because the bit is broken Kit Kat, isn't it? It's broken Kit Kat in the Kit Kat. But there's a word for the layer of stuff in the chocolate.
Okay.
Malt milk chocolate biscuits. Yeah, I like malt milk biscuits. In the Tesco's 4 packs, custard cream, malt milk, nice, and bourbons for £1, 4 tubes biscuits. Very good value, I feel. They do malted milk in there. I do like a malted milk. That's the one with the caves on, isn't it? Loves that. Jaffas. Oh, yeah. Can't dunk a Jaffa, Tracy. Can't dunk a Jaffa. I don't know if that's a thing. Is it? Is that a thing, dunking a Jaffa?
I've done Jaffa cakes before, yeah.
Have you?
Yeah. I'm not sure. I mean, to be fair, I've done so much stuff that I probably shouldn't have dunked, but I'll dunk anything.
Does the burn hurt or what?
Sometimes we get used to it.
Yeah.
Hold the. Oh no, I'm not going to say it.
Yeah, don't say it.
I'm not going to go there.
Anyway, going back to Charlotte, she says you could use certain rubbish biscuits to throw at kids. I'd feel less awful chucking naff biscuits and waste them. You could use the broken biscuits box from the range. Though, why? There's another thing. I'm on this tonight, aren't I? Broken biscuits. You buy them box of broken biscuits for like £2, and they are great. Why do they taste so nice? Why are they so nice? And you always try and find the chocolate ones that are the thick ones that are just the bits. Why do broken biscuits taste so nice? I like them boxes. Rachel Woods, Jammy Dodgers, and fig rolls. Ooh, fig rolls.
Going back to the broken biscuits thing, I'm also on the same. I once brought a box of broken biscuits and went through the whole thing in a night.
Oh, you're joking.
No, because once I started, I just couldn't stop.
Yeah. Well, I bought some of those animal biscuits. I took them back though, Scott. Well, to be fair, it told me to because the seal was broken.
I knew that was so.
This is what being tired does to you. This is what being tired does to you. Makes you all childish and immature.
What, mate? I was going to say, actually makes you funny for once.
Well, yeah, cheers to that as well. My son gave me a happy Father's Day card that said, "When I get older, Dad, I want to be as funny as you think you are."
Nice.
Yeah.
So I have got something to show you now, though, Andy.
All right, is it burnt still or is it creamed up now? Have you managed to put some cream on it? Jammy Dodgers, the Razor Lou Smith, faces in. He does love a Garibaldi. I've heard that fact from him many times. He does love a Garibaldi. So I'm just Dave Bannis is either telling us all to get a pencil or he's tagging somebody or he's drawn a peacock. That's what he did this afternoon. Dave Bannister drew peacock. I'm guessing he's tagged somebody. I am going hysterical because I'm tired RWS. I'm going to talk about that shortly.
I know Dave, and I know where he's going with that one. They've tried to get me with similar jokes at the Harrows before to try and read out names.
Okay.
There was a name that I once fell for that I read out, which is the joke name. But it wasn't too bad, so I don't think anyone else noticed. But while those go through on there, I'm just going to transition to this. So how old were you when you realised? Let's just get rid of the branding from around there a little bit, so you can see what it actually says. But how old are you when you found out a penguin was a ballroom covered in chocolate? So Matty was right, and I remembered it right.
Do you know what? I will never. If that's a fact, I questioned it, and I still question it because I need to now go and buy a penguin
and dissect it.
Yeah, I need to buy a penguin. They don't feel like they're the right shape.
Yeah,
Matty, if that's fact, I will never be the same again. I'll be 52. Will be my year of finding that fact out, and I love that is a potential fact. I need to find out for myself though, so I shall have to go and buy some penguins, not real ones, obviously. That'd be like ridiculous. Yeah.
So Lou says, why are we talking about biscuits? It's Matty Paddock's fault. He asked the question above of would you rather be throwing biscuits at kids for an hour a day or never able to type again? So you'd have to use a pen. And the debate kind of went from that to talking about biscuits.
It's just what happens, isn't it? It's just what happened. We're talking about biscuits. We've talked about. I didn't know there was a chocolate ginger. I'm quite happy about that. I might have a look for that. Face says the penguins were for the posh kids who went to grammar school. Obviously, Face didn't go to grammar school. He didn't. He's never had a penguin, obviously. Morris is in town. NMS is saying hello to her best friend. Hello, Tracy. If you're watching, I'm assuming you are.
Hello, Tracy. Welcome to join us on the show. Tracy, you're in for a treat, actually. You joined at a very good time because in roughly like 5 minutes' time, it's going to be the highlight of the show. Yeah. So it's the part where most people come on the show for. It's going to happen in about 5 minutes' time. So stay tuned. Trust me, it's not to be missed.
It's not to be missed. And that goes for all of you in the background because I noticed, I was just saying to Scott pre-show when we were in the green room, pre-show that how many people actually watch this but don't comment, and it's great to see because it's great for us to know that there are more than just the people commenting, which is also wonderful, obviously. But it's nice to see that people tune in just to watch our innate rubbish and waffle. So welcome and hello to you all. And if you ever get the confidence or the time and you feel you want it, please say hello and give us something to talk about, because we're not very good at talking, Scott and I.
Nah, right. We just stare at each other blankly like this.
We are, yeah. We're in the same room. We've just had it decorated half and half. We had a row about it, so I decorated my half like this, and Scott decorated his half like that.
Yeah. So the problem I had with that, we drew a line down the middle of the room, and we can't cross the line. But I forgot to put my side on the side of the door, so I can't get out. I'm stuck in the room now forever.
Yeah, forever. And it's all I do is I just pass in bacon sandwiches under the door, because obviously a sausage sandwich probably wouldn't fit. So I do bacon, and then I just pass him extra slices, and he makes his own as well.
Yeah, no butter though. Never passes.
No butter. But if he wants sauce, I have to pass it as a made sandwich, because obviously I can't get the bottle under the door. It's quite nice having him, next door. I can just bang the door, keep him awake at night. But yeah, that's what we did.
Yeah, when you're getting up early hours in the morning, which we'll find out why for.
Find out why very shortly. Yeah.
So there's a few people that had penguins in their lunchbox. NMS did. She went to a grammar school.
She went to. Well, I found a penguin in the street the other day, Scott, and I found it. It was just wandering past my house, because they do. This is the route from the safari park, and I think, and I picked it up and I took it, and I got in the car, and a policeman stopped me. He said, "You need to take that to the zoo." So the next day, right, I seen the policeman again, and he stopped me again with the penguin in the car, and he said, "I thought I told you to take that to the zoo." I said, "I did. I'm taking it to the cinema now."
Hey. When you started that, I was going to go to a similar joke about like Paddy being asked to take the monkeys to the zoo.
Yeah,
same joke.
Yeah, same joke, but mine was funnier, and obviously about penguins.
The way you delivered it, mate, was unbelievable.
Yeah, and the fact I brought it in the safari park, people probably thought it was true because I used the local environment, and I used myself as it, and I used a police. Yeah, people probably thought it was a real story, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, you being a Raspberry police, I can believe that.
Yeah. Like I said, I can't stand penguin biscuits. Do you like bourbons, Tracy? If you don't realise the story here, you need to tell us whether you like bourbons. Then we've got a problem.
See, Matty P has blown your mind with that one, hasn't he?
He has blown my mind with that one, Matty P, and I'm going to apologise for questioning you. I do want to work out the fact for myself, but I am a bit. Holly Wilkins, bourbons are her fav. They're her fav. There's a lot of. Have we got a limitation on our words tonight? Have we got like Twitter? You're only allowed 17 letters or something, because everybody's stropping their words short. Bourbons are
down with the kids, mate. That's what it is. You'll be down with the kids.
I'm going with the kids. So Holly's bourbons are her favourite. Tracy Moss doesn't like those either, which is fair enough. Andy's such a comedian; he needs to sign up for the training. Now I'm going to leave that to you guys, to John and Scott. Yeah. If you don't know, John and Scott are doing a comedic show. That'd be quite funny. Quite funny.
The reason why Andy can't do it is because no professionals allowed. It's meant to be like non-professionals.
It's got to be unnatural.
Of course, the main man. He's a Kidderminster hero, as named by the shuttle, not by me.
The Rotary Club of Great Britain, actually, Scott, twice. Lockdown, Rotary Club of Great Britain, I have a certificate, and also Tesco's Community Hero, of which I won a cream tea set. Now, I didn't go and get my cream tea set on the day that they did all the photography, apparently. I didn't even know I'd been nominated. One of our lovely councillors nominated me, and she forgot to tell me. So I had a message from Tesco's in Stairport saying, "Hi, you've won an award. You should have been here yesterday to collect it when we did the big photo shoot, community award, and it's a cream tea. Come and fetch when you're ready." So I went and fetched it. They obviously hadn't got any left, because they'd got a cream tea box, the set you get with the set, with like the window in it, and it got Tesco's cream teas, but in it was 2 of those pink Mr. Kipling cakes you get in the pack, in the little plastic thing with the 2 of them.
Yeah.
A single scone, a block of butter, obviously at the canteen, and I can't think what the other thing was. So they'd obviously run out of cream teas and just made what they believed to be a cream tea up for me in a box, and it got 2 Mr. Kipling pink cakes, a blob of butter, a single scone, and there was something else, and I can't think what it was. But it doesn't matter, because it was a thoughts that counts, and it was wonderful and very nice and privileged.
Well, I thought I had It's gone, but someone nicked it from me. I was literally for 1 second I looked away, turned back, and it's gone.
Fast cakes, are they?
Yeah.
Really fast cakes.
Wait, what's the fastest, hot or cold?
Warm. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'll do like a hot scone.
No, just in general though. What's the fastest, hot or cold?
Cold.
In fact, it's hot because you can catch a cold. Hey, come on.
Hey, look at that. Look at that. Good evening, Tess Louise.
Good evening. I think it's time.
Are we doing what we're doing? Which one do you strip? It's the time, ladies and gentlemen. It is time. And this is something for those of you who are new to the show. This is the show. This moment is the show. And I just have to check that everybody's ready because Linda Woods, RWS, NMS, MPR, if she's on tonight, I don't know. Tess Louise, Lou Smith, they are all here for this moment. And many of you else out there. It is tonight. It is. Are you ready, Scott?
I was born ready, mate, for this.
We're born ready.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I am proud and not proud as in proud. That would just be really weird.
I'm really proud of you for taking your top off.
You made me really proud, Scott. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, I'm going to go back to that before I lose all trains of thought. Look at that. The ladies are screaming. It is. It must be like watching a Chippendale. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for Scottease. Here we go. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Scottease, the highlight of everybody's week. What's it say? I'm not sleeping. I'm just resting my eyes. No,
that's one for you tonight.
Nice. That's me tonight. That is, yeah. That
wasn't even planned, but it came in well.
Look at that. I'm not sleeping. I'm just resting my eyes. For those of you who got a bit carried away with that tonight, ladies, if you did and you want to see more, just go back on the page. They're all there live around about 8 o'clock on each show. You will see Scott's various T-shirts.
Yeah. Apart from the last 2 weeks where it was so hot, we had to in the first couple of minutes.
Yeah, we did. To be fair, he was very hot the last couple of weeks, so Scott we had to do that early doors because Scott couldn't cope with his jumper on. Yeah. There we go. A fantastic T-shirt from Scott.
I was wearing a bin liner last week, wasn't I?
You were. I saw him bin loaded last night, weren't you?
Last week. It was very much. But yeah, so hope everyone enjoyed the weekly strip.
Well, I'm looking at that and I'm seeing some positive comments. What's it say? Aha! Tracy Gary Cameron saying there. Lou Smith. Lots of shapes for strip. Lol. Tess Louise. Again, I can't see Tess Louise's emoji, so I don't know what's going on there. I must have only laughing face. It's what?
Just a laughing face.
Laughing face. Yeah, I can't. Must be because I'm on a MacBook. I can't see all the emojis. I don't know. Perhaps it's different operating systems or whatever. But yeah, all I get is a little black square. So there we go. You've obviously pleased a lot of people there, Scott. Pleased a lot of people, I have to say.
It's my job done now. I can go now.
You can.
Go and leave you to it.
We're running out of T-shirts, though, I believe. Scott, are you running out of T-shirts? I might have to make this a fortnightly doing because I have no T-shirts there.
Yeah, it's so weird. I've worked out that if I got a new T-shirt for every single week, by the end of the year, I'm going to have 52 T-shirts. Which I don't think I can cope with that. I've not got the capacity for that.
No, well, you'll have to just recycle them.
Sure. Well, Andy, I mean, I'm going to have to temporarily leave you on your own for 30 seconds.
What with this lot?
With this lot, yeah. I know it's going to be...
Evening, Richard.
but I think you might just survive it.
Okay, do it.
I'll tell you what. I basically made a bit of a mistake, and I've got to rectify it.
Well, you go and put your cream on. Don't let us worry you that time of night as well already.
It's just getting a bit itchy, that's all.
That's fair enough, and I can tell. I can hear you next door. Yeah.
Right, cool. I'll be back in 30 seconds.
Okay, looking forward to it. So NMS is saying there, I wore a bin liner, Scottease, etc. to a wear as little as you date night. Ooh, it was rather hot. So was that a wear as little as you date night with one person, or was that a group? That's what I want to know there. Tracy Morris, what? I'm guessing that's a what to you, NMS. I think we'd all like to know, was that a group date night? And there are people on here we really don't want to be knowing what they do on their group date nights. I'm sure. Face, it's good to see you, mate. I haven't seen you for a little while or spoken because since I've stopped doing the shows on a Sunday, some people have drifted off the radar because work's taken over. Less than 30 seconds. Look at that. Scott's a man of his word. Hey?
I always stick to what I say.
He came sooner than I thought he would. Happy days, Scott. Nice to have you.
You're not the first person to say that either.
No. Happy days.
Yeah, the mistake I made is I forgot to plug my laptop charger in. And I just noticed the battery was getting very low. So I didn't want it cutting out because, people love to see me on here and I don't want to let people down. No.
You don't want to let people down. I've got 69%, funnily enough, which is 69% is 69 of 100.
I had like 20% left at that point.
It wouldn't last it. I learned an interesting fact today, which I didn't know because it was American, so I hadn't really put the two together because they're an American band. I was reading my Guitarist magazine this evening whilst having my tea, and there's an interview with Steve Cropper. Steve Cropper, a very, very famous guitarist, if you're in that world, from back in the sort of 60s, 70s, 80s. He played guitar and wrote some of Dock of the Bay. He wrote Green Onions and many others of that era, Otis Redding songs and that. He was the guitarist in the Blues Brothers film as well, in the band. Steve Cropper was the guitarist in that band. But he was in Booker T and the MGs, who were obviously Green Onions and many other hits. I didn't know that the MG stood for MG as in the car manufacturer, the British manufacturer. And I never put those two things together because obviously they were an American band. But it actually stood for MG. But MG threatened to sue Booker T because they didn't want their name associated with pop music. So they officially said it was, or they said it was Memphis Group, but it was actually originally after the MG car.
There we go.
They loved them so much, but they couldn't say it officially because they were threatened with being sued. So it was called the Booker T and the Memphis Group. That was the only thing they could think of for the MG. Yeah.
Surely that was better than that. I don't know. I can't think of anything.
It just killed my conversation, haven't you? Just completely killed my conversation, haven't you?
I tried to come in with something clever, but I've ruined it, haven't I?
You have to. You're just trying to make something out of my sparkling, amazing fact that was brought to me by Steve Cropper.
Calibre, you got to be thinking of something better than it for MG there, the Memphis Group.
Well, obviously there will be people on here that won't know, but when we were growing up, the local school, a lot of the lads that I knock about with now, but they lived over the Marpool area, and there was the scooter gang there. Were called the MGs, Marpool Gardens.
There we go. Could ask that, can they? Could they call themselves the Marpool Gardens? Yeah,
a lot of the lads and people that came on the Sunday morning show that I used to do, or the week daily show, they were in the MGs when they were growing up. I think some of them have got the tattoo MGs on their arm that you did with your compass and your quink, poured your quink in. A lot of them have actually got that tattoo on their arms.
That's pretty cool. My brother was once in a group called the GBs when we went on holiday. He met a group of lads. They used to play the sports in the hotel, and they all went out, brought Great Britain bandanas, and called themselves Team GB. The whole holiday is just a little group called Team GB.
I thought it was a backwards BG, to be honest. I just
that would fit. Everything's backwards about my brother. So
yeah.
Well,
yes. So that's my little fact. The MG. Roy Cropper. He wasn't related to Roy Cropper. He's out of Coronation Street, isn't he? Roy Cropper.
Yes, married to Haley Rolls. Yeah.
Roy's Rolls, okay. No, it was Steve Cropper. As I say, he was the guitarist in the Blues Brothers film. If you want something a bit more well known. Hello, Linda. Don't know why, but she's only just got us on her phone. Good evening, Linda. Hope thee as well.
Linda's missed it.
Linda's missed it. You missed the strip, Linda. You're gonna have to rewind to around about 8 o'clock. It was on the nail tonight, Linda, for you to get your little kick and see if you go. Probably best if you do it while you're popping a cork. That'll be good for you. That's excellent. The Raccoons. Mick Carradine was one of the Raccoons. Mick Carradine, Carradine. Yeah, good lad, Mick. No, Mick. John Reed's friends just bought an MGTF. I have an MG Midget 1964. I have got a British Racing Green one.
Is that like MG's version of the Mini?
No, MG. Oh, yeah,
I just thought MG Midget might have been there.
No, I don't think. Well, it wouldn't know. I think it's pre-mini, but it would have been pre-mini. But I think it's an F plate. I think it's 1964, 1968. I can't remember. But I have I have an MG Midget 1964. I'm sure it's 64. British Racing Green. I do have one. Yeah, unfortunately, can I use it in decent weather? Obviously, it's got no roof on.
You're not even got the option to put a roof on.
You have, but as you get older, it's getting in it with roof on is really quite difficult to get down so low. So I only use it in the better eyes.
See, as a youngster myself, I don't really think about those things because being young and athletic as I am, as you can tell.
And to be fair, I've got a car. I inherited it. If you've got a car like that, you don't want to stick the roof on, do you? It's definitely put your wire in your scarf so it's sticking out permanently like Biggles, and talk posh. When RWS and I go out in it, we talk posh about it. We talk posh. We automatically, where shall we go, dear?
Just as soon as you sit in it, you change.
Yeah, as soon as we're in it, I'll become very, very posh. Yeah.
If people said to me you're many things, I still wouldn't think posh was one of them. No,
true. Biden agree. My brother actually took it out to a car show. I think it was Worcester Way on Wednesday night, where people just take their cars, and there was escorts there and all that. So I must get me a trip there because I loved an escort when I was a kid. But there's escorts and McLarens even. Some people even have McLaren, these 250 grand motors. Hello, Treacle. NPR's in town. I knew she would be.
Welcome back, NPR. Join us.
It isn't bog eyes. It's not the midget. I think wasn't it the Roadster, the smaller one that had the bog eyes, John? This is an MG midget. I can't think what the one with the bog eyes was called. It was slightly smaller as well, I think. Evening NPR. Yeah, jumbo cords and sweater. I do feel like that. And RWS will often put a blanket over her legs as well.
I don't think I've ever been in a convertible properly, with the roof off.
I'll take you out, Scott. When the weather gets a bit more stable, I will take you out and then we'll go and do a tour. Like an open top bus round Kiddie. We'll be famous, can we? I'll take you out.
Have a little one of those little horn things you shout through.
Yeah, megaphone, yeah.
That's the word, megaphone.
Yeah. You're not shouting down my horn, Scott. I would suggest you wear a hat though, because it gets a bit hot when it's really hot in there. To be honest, it's right that you can't. There's nowhere to put anything. You sort of drive, and there's no shadow anywhere to put your arms or your legs or your head.
Yeah, my head burns quite easily as well.
Yeah, but when the weather's more stable, which obviously at the minute it's dropped off a bit, I will pick you up and we'll go and do an open top bus tour, and we will get people to tell us where they are, and we will drive past their premises.
Can I then be all posh and I do the Queen's Way with that as I go past?
Yeah. You can wear, because in the passenger seat you have to wear a certain type of skirts and dresses. RWS will help you with your outfit for that. It'll be, I'm a lady, don't you know? It'll be like that.
Nice little sweat, let the breeze in. Yeah, also, as we're going past people, I'd if you slow down beside people, I can say one is most delighted to meet one on the side of the path.
You can do that. We can do that. We'll get the weather stable and I'll take you out. It's got John Reed used to own in 1967 a Bond three-wheeler. We removed the roof to make it into a convertible powered by a 250cc Villiers engine mounted on the front wheel. No reverse gear. Well, that's going back a bit.
I was going to go with that sounds a bit backwards.
Yeah. True. Come on, now we never stop, do we? Never
all
stop.
there, mate. NMS says nothing like going topless, eh? Wow, that's took a bit of a turn.
Yeah, that's took a bit of a turn, but we can always rely on NMS to take it down a level. Yeah.
Drive through kiddie like the old days. What,
Yeah.
topless? Is that what they're saying? Are they driving through kiddie topless?
Yeah. We could drive around kiddie. I don't know how we get. We'd have to make a route a bit like Santa does at Christmas. We'll do that. We'll take some buckets as well. I'm not sure if you read there, Scott. You're not there, Scott. That looks really bad, doesn't it, on camera?
I shouldn't yell like face or something, shouldn't I?
Trying to update Adobe. Oh, what's going on? It's trying to update me Adobe. What's all that about? I don't want that. Let me come back. Right, my computer tried to update Adobe. Yeah, you should have gone back smiling there, Scott, when I was doing that. You don't want that. Yeah, that's just completely wrong, isn't it? Completely wrong. Cheeky buggers.
They just tuned in for the first time as well. And that's the first thing they saw.
Yeah, that would have been terrible.
We can do that.
It's just all wrong on so many levels, to be fair, isn't it? Amazing things you can do with Zoom. Cheeky buggers. Tracy Morris has an Audi convertible. What car do Cowboys drive?
I don't know.
Audi.
I was trying to think of like something to do with horses or something like a plan there.
No, Audi.
But I've actually got a bit of a question for you then. I don't know if you've heard this before, but if not, it'll work.
I'm here. Go on, I'm listening. I'm back.
Okay. So, just you saying about cowboys, and that just reminded me of this. So, a cowboy rides into a town on Thursday. He stays for 3 nights, but leaves on Thursday. How is that possible?
I know the answer to that.
Okay. So before you get them, we'll see if anyone else in the chat.
While they're having a think, I'm just going to show you my Audi A4. Audi A4, innit? There we go. Audi A4.
We got the A5 version.
I haven't. Well, actually, bear with.
He look at him, makes his own.
Got the Audi A5 there. There we go. Yeah.
See, it's all that's the thing about the show, isn't it? Like nothing's brought in, everything's made.
Yeah.
Handmade.
Well, did I tell you? I don't know if I've mentioned about me selling all my John Lennon memorabilia the other day on eBay while they're still working out the horse. His name is Thursday. Let's give it away.
No, you didn't tell me about your John Lennon.
I did. Sold. I had a load of it, and I sold it all on eBay, and I was dreading it because I thought I'm going to wake up in the morning and imagine all the PayPal. It's going to be a nightmare. Isn't it?
I had a feeling it was going to be one of those. Yes. Imagine was in my head.
Yeah, imagine it's in your head. Yeah, a lot of people going with the horse's name, Scott.
So that is correct. The horse's name was Thursday that he rode in on. So there we go. Most people got that one.
I did.
Was that what you were thinking, Andy, as well?
Yeah, that was my answer as well. That's what I didn't guess. Yeah, that was my answer. Yeah. Cool. Very good. Very good. Well done, everybody. Well done, everybody.
I'm going to throw one more out there then for you.
Go on then.
All right. Listen carefully to this one.
I'm making notes.
Okay. So if you're driving a bus with 5 people on it, okay, you go to the first stop where 2 people get off and 7 people get on. You go to the next stop and 3 people get off and 5 people get on. You go to the next stop and everybody gets off the bus. But what's the name of the bus driver? Is the question.
So 5 people on a bus, 2 get off, 7 get on, 3 get off, 5 get on.
I'll ask the full question thing again.
Yeah, go on, do it again.
So if you're driving a bus with 5 people on it and 3 people get off,
yeah,
and 7 people got on, if I remember right,
Yeah. Oh, no, I've got it. I've got it because RWS has just said it. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I got it. I got it. I knew there was going to be something in the question.
I mean, RWS is like smashing these.
She is. Well, she's got nothing to do. She's a nurse. Plenty of time to think about these things.
Ooh.
You started loud then?
You did.
You know.
Yeah. Well, you didn't say that, but you had a little thought bubble come out your head.
Yeah. Wasn't me. It was him. It wasn't me. It was this one here.
Yeah. It was the evil Andy.
Yeah, it was the evil Andy. Yeah.
But saying that with the talking with NHS is I've been approached about sort of hosting a game that's going to be held sometime in August, a football match, which is going to be for the NHS staff.
Oh wow!
They're hoping that it's going to be held at the moment. It looks like it could be at West Bromwich Albion's ground, the Hawthorns, and it's going to be like sort of a mixture of people like with the NHS involved and that, like a charity game. And then later on in the year, they're also doing a big event inside where they've got like comedians on, and that's going to be held in the Hawthorns as well.
You and John?
Proper comedians.
Okay.
Unfortunately. But yes, they're like, that's all. If the football match is kind of a coming out of COVID thing, like thanks to the NHS coming out of it. And all that. So, I'll keep everyone posted on if anyone's interested in getting involved in anything. Like I said, the event that's going to be held in November looks really good. Yeah,
that'd be lovely, mate. I'm sure many people would like to attend. I'll have to wipe my feet on the way out the ground, but we can certainly go and have a look.
So,
that'd be good. Anything to help say thank you to those wonderful people in the NHS, and I don't mean just RWS. There's millions of people that we've got to thank throughout COVID, isn't there? All different genres, and the NHS obviously at the forefront of it, and we do genuinely thank them.
Definitely. Going back to Mandy, she says, "What is his name?" So the start of the question said, "If you're driving a bus with 5 people on it, so the name of the bus driver is always your name." So in this case, it was Andy, because I said to Andy, "If you're driving the bus."
Yeah, absolutely. What do you mean, proper comedians? John Reed saying that he's done it before. Don't forget, John is a stalwart of the comedy circuit. He's up there with Jimmy Tarbuck.
No, John's ever the professional when it comes to comedy, but I am merely in the shadows at the moment. I mean,
you Hank Marvin.
Yeah, I'm actually quite hungry, to be fair.
So you are in the shadows, and you're not Apache on John.
I'm trying to think of some of their other songs, but I'm drawing a blank now.
Well, it's a wonderful land, mate. It's a wonderful land we live in. Yeah.
So see, I mean, there's definitely the wrong one of us doing the comedy here.
Yeah. I like the shadows. That's why I know some of their stuff. To be fair, who doesn't like the shadows, though? To be honest, who doesn't?
I mean, I've never really seen them. I've always found like they're always a little bit behind Cliff Richard. To be fair.
Oh, see what he did there.
I tried.
See, he's a man of mystery. There's another one there. No. Right, I love Man of Mystery. That's a great tune. That is great tune. Man, NPR. Look at her throwing him in. Look.
Wow.
NPR's throwing in. She got fat during lockdown by snacksident.
You do all these? I'm like writing down and nicking them all.
You are, yeah. Well, John's just saying that. Keep them coming. I'm writing them down now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There we go. Yeah.
Why don't I just go and do this show? Because I've got this natural ability to be funny. What's going on? I definitely had my Weetabix this morning, and we'll get to that very shortly, NMS. I had the most wonderful morning, I've got to say, but if you can pay for something positive, I think I'm paying for it right now. But it was a wonderful morning. I'm not paying for it. I'm just a little bit of after effects, but all good.
So on that note, because I've just noticed the time's creeping up.
Yeah.
The reason you're on fire today is because you're on the second wind, as they call it.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's time for Andy Recommends, and you're going to kind of explain why you're on a second wind.
I am. I'm going to do a review. It's slightly different, this one. So yeah, I'm going to do just a little bit of a 2 minutes of why. Yeah.
Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet the man with all the recommendations, the man with all the products, and the man that makes most of it up. Please welcome to the stage, Mr. Andy Lee in Andy Recommends.
Okay, all sit down, all sit down, all sit down. Woo! You might be able to stay on screen for this one, Scott. It's entirely up to you.
Okay.
So, the reason I'm a little bit tired this morning, now, some of you may know this, some of you may not, but today is the longest day of the year. It's the longest day, like 16 hours, 38 minutes or something like that, I think it is. The longest day of the year. From now on, we start marching our way towards winter and the shorter days. But today is also summer solstice. My beautiful partner, RWS, is actually very much into the pagan/Wiccan lifestyle. And it is wonderful as well, I have to say. I've learned such a lot. But what we did this morning, and this is where it was absolutely beautiful, but it's paying back a little bit now, is we got up this morning because it's a really important day in the pagan and Wiccan world in which RWS practices. It's we went and watched the sunrise up on the top of Titterstone Clear Hill. So we went to Clear Hill Summit and watched the sunrise. It was just, we got up at 3 o'clock, the alarm went off. RWS looked out the window and said it's too cloudy, we won't see anything, no point. Now, she'd always wanted to do it, so she got back into bed, and about 10 minutes later, while she was fidgeting, she was like, oh, let's just go. I was hassling her about going up, so we went 4, and Scott's there, got a picture of us that Rachel posted and checked it on Facebook this morning. We got there about 10 to 4, which is twilight, civil twilight, that's called. And at 4:47, we actually watched the sun rise over the surrounding countryside. It was stunning. It was quite cloudy, so it wasn't a full, beautiful, bright sun, but it came through the clouds. You could still see it behind the clouds. It came through the cracks. Very, very, very fiery red. And it was beautiful, absolutely beautiful for us to go and see. I've never seen a sunrise before. And that's why I'm bloody knackered, if I'm honest. Eyes are proper going tonight, but it was amazing. Never done it before, so we walked to top of Clear, and it was quite a few people up there already. We got there, we were about the, I don't know, 8th, 10th car, so it's like 3:45 in the morning. Up at Clear, you can see those pictures there. That's what we got to see this morning. Never seen before. It was absolutely stunning. So grateful to be able to have that, be able to go and see these things, because that was stunning. And I know it meant a lot to Rachel because of the importance of the date in the world of which she practices. But the review really is about the flask, because the flask was the important thing. And it is a flask for you ladies that are asking. It's a flask. And I am going to drink the coffee that was made in the flask this morning. So this coffee is from this morning, because we got back, obviously, it's silly o'clock. We got back into Kidderminster about 5:15, 5:30. And I had to go to work, so I walked the dog and all that good stuff. Well, Bonnie came with us, so Bonnie got to see the sunrise as well. It was stunning. I got to say, it was absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to make, this coffee is the coffee that was in the flask this morning, Scott. So I'm going to have a drink of this coffee to see if the flask still works.
Oh, this is a great recommend.
Isn't it? It is a great recommend.
It's like, here's what I made earlier.
I'm just having a look if there's any steam. To be honest, that is still at a drinkable temperature. It's not boiling hot, obviously, because I can put my finger in it. But it's definitely, yeah, it's not boiling hot. It's not going to warm you up. It's not cold, though. So this flask is excellent. I'm going to go through the flask. I'll drink this coffee first.
So if you've been out all day, like, that's probably the best you could expect, really, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Well, that coffee is, so what we're looking at, we left the house around about 3:30 a.m. So that's what, 17 hours old?
Amazing.
Right?
Possibly.
Yeah, it is an 8:30. 17 hours old, and it's still drinkable. It's not going to warm you up, obviously, if it's a freezing day, but that's still at a drinkable temperature. Fantastic bit of kit. Love this as well. You've got a little button you press there, which enables you to pour. Love that. And then to seal it, you just do that again. Lovely bit of kit. That's the 2 cups. So you've got the first cup, screw on. And you've got the second one, which I've just put coffee in, which goes on the top. I'm not sure who made this. I don't know where we got it from either because I haven't got my glasses on. I might have to go and get my glasses out of the other room.
www.flasks.com.
The range.
The camera so we can see it.
The range. It's from the range. It's from the range. It comes with a lovely durable plastic handle, and you get this you can add on as well if you want to throw it over your shoulder next to your rucksack. We just walked up to the top, Bonnie, myself, and I was in my shorts. That was a little bit of a faux pas, to be fair, because it was blinking cold up there, because it was very, very windy, but it was stunning. Yeah, so my recommendation is the flask from the range, but my main recommendation is get yourself up to watch the sunrise on the top of Clee Hill, because we'll be going again when the weather is proper summer, so we can actually see the sun in all its beautiful glory come over the hill. But just get yourself up if you are that way inclined, want to see and experience some amazing things. Get yourself up in the morning and watch a sunrise, because that was beautiful. But Andy recommends this week is a flask from the range, 17 hours. That's kept that warm enough to drink. Coffee, 3 spoonfuls, 2 to 3 sugars, and some milk. Happy days.
And 17 hours of work.
Cheers.
Well, I mean, one thing I want to mention, Aaron, is I'm not sure if you're a bit naive, but you said there was like 10 other cars there when you got there.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think they were there for the same reason as you?
Well, it's very funny because Rachel thinks they were druids, and I think they were obviously my followers who are called androids. So it was.
I would go for another word for them.
No, they were all up there looking. They went to the very top. We didn't need to go to the very top for a good view. We got. I don't know if you know, Cleo. You've got those golf ball things up there. I don't know what you think, Scott. You're trying to belittle the fact that I went and became part of nature in a very important ritual. You're thinking there were doggers up there.
It's just the fact that you said you didn't have to go to the top to get a good view.
Yeah, I didn't have to go to the top. We didn't go to the very, very top. Because it was blowing a force 10 gale, but we didn't need to. So we sat with Bonnie and we watched the sun come up. So we were up there an hour or so, thereabouts, I think. Yeah, something I've never done before, and I will definitely be doing again. The androids, they were up there. The androids. And they weren't all dogging in the car park, Scott, actually.
Okay. Some of them had finished.
There's plenty of sheep, though, if you're that way inclined. Yeah.
I've never seen anything down before, so.
But
I do draw the line at animals. That's just let's just make that clear.
It was fantastic. We were going to go and watch the sunset tonight at around about 9:30. We were going to go and do them both in one day. But to be fair, there isn't a lot of sun to go and watch. So we'll save the double dip for a proper summer's day.
Okay, just with face, there's loads down here that go to Land's End to view it. Are we on about the sunrise or the dogging bit?
Yeah, going down to Land's End to view it sunrise. Yeah, and it was stunning, and it was lovely to spend it up there. I'm very grateful for the opportunity. Fantastic. But very tired now. Look at RWS. She's actually working out how to spell androids.
I mean, to be fair, I don't know if I can tell if it was right or wrong anyway, so put what you want.
The androids at the top. The first one would be the druid spelling, but then she's made it with my name as the prominent word.
I prefer the first one.
Yeah, the druids. So she made the druids into androids, and then she's used my name as a prominent. Oh, I quite like that. I
like the clever wordplay, though, mate.
It is very phonetic. It's phonetic wordplay, as they call it at school. Phonetic wordplay. So that's my recommend. A flask from the range. Fantastic.
There we go. Well, the show has once again had it all tonight. Absolutely everything. But it is time to call it to an end. But we're back next week as the good news from 7:30 p.m. again. So join us here live on the You Matter Chat Show. Thanks again to Andy for basically carrying the whole show and keeping it going. While I just get up pretty and strip occasionally.
I'm just overtired tonight, Scott. I'm sorry for treading on your toes such a lot.
It's brilliant for me because I'm more the looks of the operation anyway. And you're with, so I think that's balanced quite well tonight. So
it did work out well, not it did.
Yeah. Well, thanks guys, and thanks everyone for joining us. There's still people commenting who were here at the start of the show, been here for the whole hour, which is fantastic. Thanks again to everyone that's joined us for the first time. Hopefully you want to join us again. And don't feel shy, put yourself in the comments. But until next week, it's goodbye from myself, Scott Jones.
And it's ta-ra from me, Andy Leake. See you soon. Ta-ra.